If you are enjoying the story so far, and need more Dungeons and Dragons in your life, I invite you to check out another group called the Long Past Podcast. They are working their way through heroism and tragedy in the events of the Chragan War. Their name and link are in the description below.
Day 81. Death. I see it all the time. Lobbing off one's head, skewering the spine, solid meat bags collapsing into puddle of entrails, or the scorched remains after searing flames. All these I have seen, and countless others besides. These deaths are nothing when compared to a friend's death, a companion's death, a noble steed's death. Seeing crutches on his back, with his legs curled up, looking too much like an infant wrapped into a cocoon of his own body, my heart gave way, as if it were bursting out of my chest. As I fell to my knees, tears poured out. I yelled aloud, and the moment seemed to stay still and not move on, as if time had stopped on this moment. Why did this happen? Why didn't he run away? This creature I called friend was once a beast who tried to kill me, and now I mourn for his death. Part of me is dead, too, as I kneel in his blood. Our healer, Del, has just informed me that he can revive the poor beast, so that he may prance about as if nothing ever passed. Wiping the tears away and gathering my composure, I have accepted this gracious offer, and Del will revive Crutches tomorrow morning after his morning prayers. Now that all the curses are broken, our wounds are healed, and our team is ready, we are on the move. Hang on, Crusovians. We are here to help you. No, that sounds too dramatic. We are on our way? How are they going to know if we're coming? The tribes don't know what we've done, and my messages can't travel that far. I guess I'll end it with, here we go again.
Welcome back to the Land of the Hunter. It is 9 in the morning on the 82nd day of the elves' campaign against the hobgoblins, and the elves have gained certain benedictions, the primary of which is Thía is no longer cursed. The temperature is normal for the season and region, this being the Song of Twilight, the fall equinox. There is no wind, but a light dusting of sand in the sky creates a light precipitation. Based on our location, the more safe tribe of the Crusovians is about a day's journey westward. The land here is sand, dirt, and short, sharp spines of grass, low brush, cacti, with towering stone spires, deadly heat, and wandering predators. Following the events of clearing and purifying the shrine, Adran, Thía, and Varin's new experience total is 275,879, and Dell's is 213,001. Dell will level up in another 2 encounters. With there being so little in the way of visual hazard, the previous night, Varin would have worked on crafting, Dell would have resurrected crutches come the morning, Varin would have cast non-detection, for which I have already deducted a single pinch of diamond dust. And then he would have used his hide in plain sight feature, which I will roll once my player screen catches up to me. Getting a 29, Varin spends his night quietly and undetected. Come the morning after Dell resurrects crutches, the party makes ready, having finished their crafting, and Varin will attempt a survival check at normal to navigate the desert. Getting a nat 20 for a 36. This is using his doubled proficiency bonus. And thanks to Natural Explorer, he does not get lost, except by magical means. While engaged in another activity while traveling for an hour or more, Varin is able to remain alert to danger, and when he forages, he finds twice as much food as he normally would. This being the desert, it is understandably quite difficult, so Varin will go ahead and make a survival check for supplies, beating the DC by barely an amount. Having said that, he will go ahead and roll to find boon plants. He will find 14 samples, and let's see what he finds. Varin finds 14 samples of Clear Eye. Thía has expressed a desire to forage for supplies as well. Thía does have proficiency in survival, which means she will be using her, reliable talent feature. Having refined her chosen skills, they near perfection. Whenever she makes an ability check that lets her add a proficiency bonus, she can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10. So let's see how Thía does searching for plants here in the desert. She succeeds. However, she's only going to find, Thía is going to find 10 samples of bat eye berries. This will constitute an entire day of travel for the party, and we will have reached the more safe tribe, which I will pick up the story with the rest of the party. Alright, so we have traveled for an entire day. Second, get you all over here. There we go. And focus ping. Yay, it worked. Now I just have to find the right information. That's when we reach the more safe tribe, we find them as an entire camp, badly wounded and exhausted, surrounded by piles of corpses of monsters and Crusovians alike. It's clear that they have been engaged in bloody warfare on the outskirts of their camp, yet there is no sign of the camp having recently traveled so as to not be so easily discovered. Apparently, as we learn from the people here, they have been cursed in an unexpected manner. Their children are unable to leave the physical location of this camp. The adults could leave willingly, freely, if they were willing to abandon their children. Clearly unwilling to do so, they have been fighting for days on end as monsters have come and swarmed again and again and again. Adran, how do you respond to this information?
Seems a little bit too much like a fairy tale storybook. But we all know here that that'll never land.
Sorry, I think I snorted my pancreas out my nose. The warlord, Mordai of the More Safe camp, is a humanoid with ruby red skin and a long, semi-prehensile tail. A pair of black horns sprouts back from his head in a waving pattern, each ending in a golden point. His amber eyes are slitted vertically like a feline's, and his knees are reversed, so that he has an aggressively forward posture. He glares at you, just very clearly suspiciously. I assume that you showed off the bone pledge as we approached the camp.
Yes.
You've got the token. You're welcome to my camp, assuming you haven't looted it off some poor wayfarer out there in the desert. If you're here to do battle, we are ready.
Battle for you, not against you.
How so?
Pretty sure it's obvious. I gave you the token right there. I'm actually here to help you, not here to hindrance you.
3 warriors with tiny wooden pointy sticks and a child, as he glances at Dell. What aid? What aid can you four bring in this dark hour?
Oh, if you had been on any of our adventures, you wouldn't be asking that question.
Adran, would you like to give me your choice? Arcana, history, or investigation?
I think I want to go history. Nope, investigation is higher than history. Let's go investigation. Not the greatest roll.
Not the greatest, but you do recall. I mean, you rolled a 3. Your bonus is 10. Very nice. You recall that we do have cursed anchors that we looted from Runs Like Water's invaded base of operations.
So I could tell him that.
If you you do recall that we found a crystalline pitcher, an obsidian rooster figurine, and a tiny ball and chain carved from a single opal.
Well, all right. I will tell him that we have found these, and these are all the anchor points, or the cursed anchor.
The curse anchors.
Curse anchors. There.
Yes.
All right. So I tell him
From what you've been able to ascertain, these effectively act as continuous anchors metaphysically for curses, so as to keep them constantly going.
Yes. Well, you explain it better than I tried remembering. So.
And do you take them out and show them?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You may recall, I don't remember who held it last, but the tiny ball and chain carved from the opal caused whoever held it to experience unpleasant dreams the same night.
I'm pretty sure that
with
was
no other ill effects. So who wants to take it out of the bag?
Oh, I don't care. I'll take the bag.
Wait. Dell's gonna cast, hold on, one of these. I think it's resistance.
Okay.
Just as a, cautionary moment, I'll cast that on Adran as he goes to take that out real quick.
Adran, you pull this out. As, we're standing in the Morsaith tribe's camp among all the battered, bleeding, wounded warriors. We're actually standing on kind of like a carpet of dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Humanoid and monstrous alike. The children are gathered as close as they can to each other, to their families, unable to leave this region. As you pull out this token, the tiny ball and chain, you sense a subtle vibration in its mystic aura. The clinking noise that constantly accompanies this token ceases. The ring suddenly unclasps.
Okay, that's not quite how I saw that playing out.
Varin is like twitching off to the side, like, do I dodge? Do I duck behind something? What's going on?
It's pulsing.
And as the ring unclasps, that pulsing sensation suddenly fades.
Whoa.
You can give me an Arcana check if you like. At the same time, Mordai has his hand on the hilt of his sword. Very good roll on Arcana. Adran, the mystical bindings that have held the curse to this anchor have been undone.
Wow.
Already? No big battle against hordes of enemies?
Well, if that doesn't get your attention, I don't know what will. But we are definitely here to help you.
Mordai stares for a moment, glances around, just in time to see a similarly horned, slightly the same color, if rather different tonal in shade. A young horned lady glances about, looks up at Mordai, and makes a quick dash over the various heaps of bodies, and starts laughing when she realizes she can leave the camp at last. Mordai immediately demands, "Break camp. We make for a safe passage and new ground. You!" And he points to, and he almost draws his sword, but doesn't actually do it, pointing at you, Adran. "What is your name?"
My name is Adran. I can't remember my last name. What is my last name? Stupid.
I'm Akir. It's alright, Adran. We've had a lot of battles. We've actually traveled to another dimension 2 or 3 times.
You are Adran the Unbreakable.
I'm not sure if we went to another one at that last shrine or not. It was very confusing.
It was actually. We kind of warped our minds a little bit over there too. I am Adran the Thunderlord. I should say.
Yes, there you go. Thunderlord. He steps up to you, snatches the token, and carves a sigil into it before presenting it with slightly less abruptness back to you.
Oh.
Consider yourself an ally of the Morsaith tribe.
Why, thank you.
Hopefully it will do you well. We'll see. They do not stay the rest of the day here. They make for another location to camp. And it is now day 83. The temperature is normal for the season and region. this being now closer to the early days of fall in the desert. There is no wind. However, there is a heavy cloud of sand throughout this region, imposing the condition heavy precipitation. Varin would have cast non-detection, which would have taken another pinch of diamond dust, which has already been deducted from his character sheet. And then he would have, despite being in the village, he would have used hide in plain sight to make sure he is unfound, getting a 39 for his stealth check. Crutches would have recovered at least a little bit. 1 out of 4 required rests. In order to navigate from the more safe tribe to the Thía tribe, Varin is going to make a survival check. However, the heavy precipitation means that he will be making his check at disadvantage. Getting a 19, which is still a success. Utilizing his features from Natural Explorer, doubling his proficiency bonus, the group is not slowed down despite the difficult terrain of the desert. The group does not become lost, which means no one needs to perform navigational skills. And Varin is able to remain alert to danger while also foraging. However, due to the precipitation, all survival checks to forage are going to be made at disadvantage. Varin succeeds. So we will put that back at normal, and Varin is going to search now for neutral plants. Finding another 14 samples of marble pearls. Thía will also make a survival check, also at disadvantage. However, her reliable talent feature will still be in effect. Let's see how she does. Well, she gets a 32, so she succeeds, and she's going to find 8 samples of juicy nectar. Sorry, wrong spot. There we go. Having reached the end of their day's journey, they will spend their time crafting, which I will cover when we get back into regular gameplay. Varin, after crafting, will cast non-detection, for which I've already taken with a pinch of diamond dust, and then he will use hide in plain sight to try and make sure he rests peacefully this night, getting a 33 for his stealth check. Come the dawn, Crutches has now recovered 2 out of 4 necessary rests. The temperature here is extremely hot, at 100 degrees. There is no wind, and the heavy cloud of sand persists throughout this region, which imposes disadvantage on survival checks to navigate as well as to forage. Varin will attempt to navigate regardless, and succeeds with a 21. As he goes forth, he's going to search now for boon plants. We shall see if he shall succeed. This time Varin does not succeed. The heavy sand blinds him to any beneficial plants. Thía will attempt to scout as well. Forage. Utilizing reliable talent, she is able to find some plants. She will find 6 samples of Silvataf. A disappointing day for Varin. Varin will cast non-detection, for which I have already deducted the pinch of diamond dust, and then he will attempt to hide. With a 27, Varin slips into the sand to rest undisturbed. Day 85 dawns. Crutches recovers 3 of the 4. The temperature is again extremely hot at 100 degrees. A light wind out of the southeast has cleared some of the sand from the sky, bringing about the light precipitation condition, which means no longer will they be making navigation nor foraging checks at disadvantage. Varin will attempt to navigate the party. With a 33, it is a success. And as he travels, he's going to look for samples of neutral plants. An 18 means he does not succeed. So Thía will attempt. Again, using a reliable talent. Thanks to reliable talent, she does succeed, finding only 7 samples of hopalot twigs. Reaching the end of their day's journey on the 85th day, Varin will cast non-detection, for which I have already detected some diamond dust, and after crafting, attempt to hide. Getting a 26. Come the dawn of the 86th day. Precious has now recovered completely from his ordeal of resurrection. The temperature is normal for the season and region, and a light wind has risen out of the southwest, refilling the air with thick clouds of sand, causing heavy precipitation. Varin will attempt to navigate with disadvantage, getting a 30, which is a success. And he will attempt to find boon plants once more, getting a nat 1 for a total of 17, which is a failure. Thía will attempt her own survival check at disadvantage to find plants, getting herself a nat 1, but using reliable talent, ignoring that, in exchange for a total of 14. Well, as it turns out, the 23 is actually the correct roll. So, she will succeed, thanks to reliable talent, and she will find 8 samples of forfin tea. Reaching the end of travel on day 87, the party spends their time crafting. Yes, day 87. Varin and the rest of the party spend their time crafting before Varin casts non-detection, for which I've already deducted diamond dust, and he attempts to hide. Oops, which was left on disadvantage. So, as normal, we'll go with the first result, which is a 34 for a stealth check. Come the dawn of day 87. The temperature is again extremely hot at 100 degrees. A light breeze out of the west has lessened the content of sand in the air to light precipitation. And Varin will make a survival check at normal to navigate all the way to the Thraw tribe. With a nat 20 or 36. Along the way, he will forage for neutral plants, getting a 27, and that is a success, so he will use his natural explorer features among his other uses to find double, so a total of 16, and he's going to find 16 samples of marble pearls. Thía will attempt a survival check of her own, but at normal, and still using reliable talent. That is a success, not using reliable talent. So she will find 9 samples of Clear Eye. The party will reach the Thraw tribe before the end of the day. What this means is that they will partake in the adventures there with regular gameplay, but will end the day outside the tribe. So various days will have passed at this point, which I've already done all the traveling and rolling for. And you are supposed to be over here. There we go. After several days worth of travel, we return to the Thraw tribe. You may recall much of the camp was heavily forced to be asleep.
Yes, that's right.
And the camp was watched over by a single youth, which I can go.
Which I do remember this single youth almost falling asleep himself.
Yes.
While being fully
Will,
suited in armor.
son of Bodin. Sorry, what was that?
While being fully suited in armor.
That was rather too large for him, indeed. Will, son of Bodin, still stands to his post, looking haggard and weary and barely alive. He is so exhausted. We are almost walking on his toes by the time he realizes that we are approaching. Oh, there.
Oh, dear little boy. Perhaps you need to take a nap.
You can't. Have to watch. Protect everyone.
Well, maybe I should pull a little trinket out of this satchel and relieve everybody of their curse.
He blinks at you quite leerily. What item do you want to pull out, Adran?
What were the other two items? It was,
The two other items are an obsidian rooster and a crystalline pitcher.
Oh, yes. The rooster, because anytime a rooster goes cock-a-doodle-doo, that's when everybody wakes up and tells him to shut up.
That's true. So, it is the middle of the day by the time we arrive at the Thraw tribe. You pull out this rooster, holding it. This stone figurine depicts a standing rooster with wings and comb carved in exquisite detail. While the relief is done in high definition, there is no color in the dark stone. If held close to the ear, one can hear what seems to be a multitude of human voices crying out in disharmonious, horrified anguish. This token feels slimy to the touch.
Ugh.
As you draw it out and probably check your fingers to see if anything comes off on them, as you hold it in the sunlight of the broad noonday, this token suddenly seems to come to life, gaining color and a simulated form of movement. The tiny figurine struts in place, twitches its head from side to side, then utters a thunderous crowing sound that echoes back and forth between the tents and the nearby dunes of sand, before it melts into a sticky residue that stays stuck to your hand for roll me 1d6.
There we go. Come on.
It stays stuck to your hand for 24 hours.
Oh, egg yolk.
Your hand.
Ah.
I am so glad I'm not the one pulling these things out. Says Varin. The enormous sound of this rooster's crowing shatters the spell, binding everyone in the camp to sleep. And you hear children come to wake, wailing piteously for food, and also with messy diapers, or I guess wrappings in this case. Women and children and men come to full wakefulness. Will, son of Bodin, turns, looks at the camp full of people that he has been laboriously watching over, turns back to you and says, "My father will want to speak to..." And then he slumps forward, his task done, and he falls into a deep, probably impenetrable sleep.
Don't worry. We'll go and talk to your father. You stay here and sleep it off, dude.
As one tired kid. I closed the folder that I actually still needed open. It's still in paint. Leader Falthra, Leader Falthra, the warlord leader of this camp. I did not need that open, actually. I needed this open. So now I have to wait. Here we go. Falthra looks a little worse for wear, having spent an untold number of days sleeping, and is understandably quite famished by the time he comes to wakefulness. A burly, heavily armored, and now with a slightly crazed look of starvation in his eyes, dwarf. It takes perhaps an hour to explain all the goings-on to him to his satisfaction. Finally, once he understands exactly what has happened and the role we have played in releasing the tribe from their slumber, Warlord Falthra adds his sigil to the bone token. And then we travel on from there or rest.
I would shake your hand, but I have something sticky on it. So.
He does not shake your hand. After a few more days worth of travel, what are you casting Dispel Magic on?
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. I was saying, since we're taking a full day's travel, I was going to try casting Dispel Magic on Adran's hand to see if I can kind of clean the whatever off it.
You do try. This is you can try if you wish, but this is a solid physical mass, kind of like a thick, multiple layer covering of glue all over his hand.
Yeah, don't worry, it's kind of growing on me.
Okay, fine. Take an inspiration. That's worth it. Let me move us over. All right. Reaching the end of day 87, Varin will cast non-detection after crafting, for which I've already deducted diamond dust. And slightly apart from the rest of the party, we'll roll a stealth check, getting a 24. The 88th day dawns with normal temperature for the season and region. There are strong winds out of the north that kick up a sandstorm, therefore heavy precipitation. Varin will make a survival check to navigate back toward the Holgath tribe, which lies to the east, getting a 24, which is a success, and attempt a survival check to forage for boon plants, getting 25, which is a success. Varin will find 12 samples of fleetfoot leaves. Thía will attempt her own survival check at disadvantage, but also with reliable talent, getting a 22, which is indeed a use of reliable talent. She will find 7 samples of Silvataf. We would have started from here and then gone here. I moved us to the wrong spot. There we go. Reaching the end of travel on day 88, Varin will use after crafting, we'll use diamond dust to cast non-detection, and then use hide in plain sight to keep watch over the party. Rolling a nat 1 on a stealth check, but getting a result of 22. Day 89 dawns extremely hot at 110 degrees. Out of the north, the wind blows strongly, sending sand howling throughout the region, blinding all, including ourselves, to our passage. Varin will have to attempt a survival check to navigate the desert with disadvantage, getting a 20, which is a success, and then he will also attempt a foraging check. An 18, however, is not enough to defeat the howling sand, so Thía will attempt with disadvantage her own survival check, and reliable talent turns it into 23, which is a success, and she finds 9 samples of Skura dirt. And the party returns to the Holgath tribe. After a few days more of traveling, we have reached the Holgath tribe. You may recall, and this, by the way, is now the end of the day 89. You recall that each day at dawn, the Holgath tribe, no matter where they're camped, is swamped in water, and they've had several drownings as a result.
Perhaps they need a really big pitcher.
Do you pull it out? Or do you let someone else do it?
No, I'll pull it out.
Okay. So we reached the Holgath tribe. We are recognized. And as we approach, and Adran, I imagine you're just kind of like going ahead and swinging your bag off your shoulders.
Yep.
To pull it out.
And saying, all
just
right.
As you reach in.
Yep.
Just as you reach in, and as we're crossing the border into the Holgath tribe's camp, you hear and feel a ringing vibration in the crystalline structure of the pitcher. And as you draw it forth, in the span of the few heartbeats it takes, It shatters into a spray of opalescent droplets of water and stinging shards of crystal. Adran, you are soaked, no matter the weather or the temperature, for the next roll me 2d6. 11 days.
Okay.
Well, that's one way to stay cool in the desert, my lad, says the warlord Hold.
At least I won't dry out.
But tell me, yeah, indeed. But tell me, what was the purpose of that?
So that you guys don't wake up in a drowning pool of mess and mayhem.
He's practically in your face by the time you finish talking, his hands clapping thunderously onto your shoulders and coming away wet, pulling you down to face him. This short, stocky man with wild, tangled black hair and beard stares disconcertingly into your eyes at point-blank range. Yeah, you recall as you look into his eyes, his right eye is black colored.
Mm-hmm.
His left eye is purple. Do you speak true, elf?
I speak true.
You're locked. Just you elves, come with me. The crutches and the mules are consigned to caretakers in the camp, whilst Warlord Hold, giving the giant spider a kind of like, wait, when did that guy come along? glance, he leads us elves out of sight of the camp. Once we are beyond anyone else's sight, he bids you, Adran, to take out the bone pledge.
I take it out.
He carves his own sigil onto it and asks us each to hold onto it.
Okay.
Del, Thía?
I'm not sure what my sigil would be, but I'll carve it on there, I guess.
No. He's asking you to hold on to
All
it.
hands in.
Sorry.
To take hold of it.
Sorry, I misheard you. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I'll hold on to it.
As we each take hold of it, we are plunged into a vision. This is, in effect, something like the dream spell, though we aren't cast into sleep by it. It is a communal illusion in which we see before us not only each other, but also Warlord Hold and each of the other tribe's warlords. Disconcertingly, behind each of the warlord is an enormous entity behind them, including that of Hold. These entities are seen as vast wells of ancient power, though their edges seem frayed, broken, worn. Strangers come before the council of the Crusovian warlords, utters the entity which stands behind that of... Why do I keep closing the folder that I need? Warlord Bakataman. You recall was our first Crusovian that we met here in the desert.
The one that actually gave
Their
us the bone
names.
pledge.
Sorry?
The one that actually gave us the bone pledge, I think.
Indeed. Their names are Adran, the Thunderbolt, Del, Thía, the Unseen, Varin, Shadowstalker. And then all of the voices of the entities speak together. Adran, you can roll me a history check.
Do. Whoop. Wrong one. Boom.
Excellent. You recognize the voice of the speaker. It is the same voice as that which spoke to us in the temple that the Taman tribe was guarding. You recall that we were asked to go there and secure it against the invading snake folk.
That's right.
And whilst there, a voice spoke to us by name, forbidding us further exploration of the temple. It is the same voice. Welcome, Elfpen. Welcome to the desert and the charge of the Crusovians. How do you respond, Adran, Thía, Del?
Can Thea just hide?
There is nothing really to hide behind other than the other elves.
Okay, cowardly lion. You can always put your paws to your eyes.
Plus, one of these entities is standing. I mean, there's no actual physical distance involved, but it looks like standing within 5 feet of you.
Huh.
Well, I guess one response I have is, "Hello there."
You already have an inspiration.
I know.
You have aided the tribes, proven your fealty, your willingness, you've earned their trust. Such as we can answer a few questions.
Well, does anybody have any questions?
So,
Varin, go ahead.
do we get a reward for this?
So to speak. Answers one. This one's actually, despite the depth of the voice, slightly feminine. It's the voice coming from behind Warlord Holt.
Okay.
Adran, did you have questions?
Who did this to the tribes?
You have dealt with the one whose hand wrought these curses against our allies. Answers the voice that is standing behind Warlord Falthra. It is another more masculine voice, deep, vibrant, hungry. Runs like water.
But we've already dealt with him and killed him.
Indeed. His coming and his hand against the Crusovians was known, as was your approach.
What of the others that we've
Though not-
encountered?
Say that again, sorry?
What of the others that we've encountered? Like the old hag and the young warlord who flew off on a winged beast.
By old hag, Varin mutters, do you mean Nanny Agatha?
Yes.
The one who flew on the winged beast. You speak of the snake man, the Yuan-Ti.
Yes.
Is that the one you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay, good. His is a fell hand. It is ill that he has escaped,
Yeah.
but not within our power to effect.
Good, because I have some unfinished business with him.
The nanny of which you speak. She is a poison, a creeping corruption, and something of a force of nature. Deal cautiously with her. Her mind is twisted and deep.
Oh, I do have another question.
What is that?
What of the Heartstone? What do we do with it?
The key of the prison which you hold. What you do with it should be cautiously used.
Cautious.
Lest you enjoy the abrupt passage which brought you to our realm of the world.
So it's possible I can use that to get ourselves back to our part of the world?
Inadvisedly, yes, answers another slightly more feminine voice, this one from behind Warlord Mordai. And you would be free to do so if you wish. But know that your coming to this place in the desert was not unforeseen. The coming of your kind was known as a herald of change.
Good
Should you leave now?
change?
Sorry?
Oh, sorry, I was gonna ask good change or bad change?
I'm pretty sure it's a good kind of change.
That will be up to the hands and wills of those who bring the change. And you are not the only agents which work in this manner. Far to the south rises a great threat. Not just to the Crusovians, not just to their charge, not just to the elves. You have met this threat in open battle already. The hobgoblins.
Yes. The hobgoblins.
Varin will clear his throat. Not to derail the conversation, but what is the charge of the Crusovians? The temples which you have lightly touched and trespassed upon are their charge, as they are our charge. And then speaks up the voice from behind Warlord back at Taman. As we have withered with age and been dealt, and all four of the shadowy entities shudder suddenly. And Adran, I need from you an Arcana check.
I'm using my inspiration point to roll an advantage.
Excellent. Wow. Okay, that's a success. There's a voice on a sighing wind that has nothing to do with air. The very fabric of this illusion ripples and wavers, almost coming apart, and you hear in the mystic wind,
Alahuna?
wrong button.
No, I think they said a la carte, meaning just the meat only.
I don't feel like that's what they're talking about.
And Adran, you are the only one who heard the word.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my bad.
No worries.
I've got better hearing than you do. Yeah.
Dell would have felt kind of like a cold frisson up his spine, though he has no idea what would have caused it. Ever since the energy of magic was disrupted, we have needed the Crusovians. They enact our will within the world. And for once, speaks the voice behind Learhold, the deep feminine one, we know of a threat before it arrives. And then you hear all four of them mutter, the hobgoblins.
Okay.
You have earned our alliance, elves. The Crusovians will march to war as they have never done before.
But you do know how, right?
All four of the Crusovian warlords give you a rather dirty look.
Okay, just asking.
You're gonna go sit in the corner after all this is done.
Warlords intone all four of the entities as one. What number of warriors can you lend to the elves' need against the threat of the hobgoblins? Leader Becca Taman says, I know these elves. They fought in the moment of our need, and they did not hesitate. I will pledge a full fourth of my force. And Warlord Holg says, they've come and helped us in our time of need. They've brought us clean and dry out of this flood. I will pledge a fourth. And Mordai speaks up before Leader Faltra can. If it gets them out of my region that I can return to my duties, I will pledge a fourth. Faltra glances at us and says, Young Will is not well. He will not march, but I will pledge a fourth. The entities ripple, waver, and utter, it is done. There is a point on this world, gotta check the days here, 11.5 days to the southwest. And Adran, as they say this, knowledge sinks with a searing pain into your mind, and you see in your mind's eye a location far to the southwest. You could point to it on a map. You know it so well. It is here that you will find the intruding Crusovian force.
Ugh. I think I hurt my brain.
Yeah, I know I did, says Richmond. Now, to give you a picture of what a fourth of the Crusovian force means, each one of the tribes has pledged 1,000 warriors.
Oh. I was expecting a lot less, but whoa.
Which means we now have a total of 4,000 warriors. They are not under our command. They are our allies.
Mm-hmm.
They are marching to battle at our side, and since we are a much smaller and lighter force among them, we're going to act more like a strike force or scouting team on their behalf.
Gotcha.
Works for me. Never won a fair fight to begin with.
I avoid those if I can. So ensues the next part of our adventure with the Crusovians. After the events with the Crusovians, learning that we must make our way to a certain point southwest of the Crusovian region, the elves set out on day 90 of their campaign against the hobgoblins. Varin would have cast non-detection, he would have spent his diamond dust, which had already been deducted, and he would have hidden despite being in the village, getting 27 for his stealth check. Day 90 dawns extremely hot at 110 degrees. Strong winds out of the east kick the sand into another heavy sandstorm, imposing, again, disadvantage. Despite the blinding conditions, Varin successfully determines the direction the elves need to travel, and on the way will forage for boon plants, with a nat 1 on both rolls. That's awesome. Thía will make her own survival check at disadvantage, getting a 28, which is a success, and finding another 9 samples of bat-eye berries, reaching the end of travel for day 90, and perhaps wisely skirting the deadly region known as the Wandering Heart of the Desert, Varin will cast non-detection, spending another diamond dust before hiding himself away in the sands, which he should have rolled at normal. Well, we go with the first result as per usual, which is a result of 35. Day 91 dawns. The temperature is normal for the season and region. There is no wind, but the sand stays heavy and thick in the air. Varin will attempt a survival check at disadvantage, which is a success, and then he will attempt it again to forage for supplies, again with disadvantage, getting a fail. So Thía will attempt her own foraging check with disadvantage and reliable talent, getting a 24, which is a success, finding 9 samples of juicy nectar. Having reached the end of travel for day 91, Varin will spend diamond dust and a spell slot to cast non-detection, and then hide himself after crafting, getting 23, which is a success. Day 92 dawns. The temperature is again normal for the season and region. A strong wind kicks up out of the west this time, bringing with it another heavy sandstorm. So with disadvantage, Varin will attempt to determine the direction to travel successfully, and then he will forage for neutral plants, this time succeeding. With his natural explorer features, he's going to find 18 samples of marble pearls. Thía will attempt her own foraging check with disadvantage and reliable talent. Alright, well that is a result of 3 on the dice for her, so she treats that as a 10 plus 13 means she does succeed on her foraging check, and she will find 9 samples of hopalot twigs. Day 92 comes to a close as the party rests, crafts, and Varin will cast non-detection along with a pinch of diamond dust to hide the party from scouting eyes, or spells rather, and then he will attempt to hide himself in the sands, getting a 24. Day 93 of the elves' campaign against the hobgoblin dawns at 110 degrees for extreme heat conditions. Light winds means a lessening of sand in the air, imposing light precipitation. Varin, therefore, will make a navigational check with no disadvantage, which is a success, and then he will also forage for supplies. Well, that's a success. Again, utilizing the benefits of his natural explorer feature, he will find 16 samples of... Let's see if I can roll this, actually. Alright. Varin will find 16 samples of marble pearls. Thía will attempt a foraging check at normal and with reliable talent, which basically means she will automatically succeed. And she succeeds, but not automatically. Finding 7 samples of neutral plants, or in this case, 7 samples of skura dirt. This brings day 93 to a close. After traveling all day, Varin will spend his time crafting, and then he will cast non-detection, for which he has already expended diamond dust, and then he will hide himself in the sand for a result of 30. Day 94. Day dawns with normal temperature for the season and region. Light winds blow gently from the east, bringing no precipitation to the skies. Varin will therefore attempt a survival check at normal to navigate the party further to the south. Getting a 2 on the die means a result of 18, and that is success. He will also forage for supplies. Well, a 30 is a success. So he will find of boon plants, once I find my list of boon plants, 10 samples, specifically 10 samples of fleetfoot leaves. Thía will attempt her own survival check at normal and with reliable talent, which is a success, and she does find 9 samples of batai berries, thus bringing to a close their travel for the day. Varin will use non-detection and a pinch of diamond dust to hide the elves, and will attempt a stealth check, getting 27 to hide himself in the sand. Day 95 dawns with extremely hot temperatures of 110 degrees. There is no wind, but a heavy cloud of sand hangs thickly in the air, imposing the heavy precipitation condition. Varin will attempt a survival check with disadvantage to navigate the party through this murky sandstorm, which succeeds, and then will also attempt to find neutral plants, which also succeeds. Finding 20. So let's find out what he found. 20 samples of juicy nectar. Thía will attempt her own survival check with disadvantage, which does succeed. 6 samples of skura dirt. Bringing to a close day 95, the party will rest, craft, and then Varin will hide the elves' campsite with non-detection, a pinch of diamond dust, and then himself with a stealth check, and hide in plain sight. At normal, thank you, for a result of 26. Day 96 dawns. The temperature is again normal for the season and region. A light wind out of the northeast clears the skies of the murky sand. So Varin will make a survival check at normal to navigate the party. With a result of 24, it is a success. And then he will attempt a foraging check for boon plants. Well, a 31 is a positive result. So he will find 14 samples of silvertaff. Thía will attempt her own foraging check at normal. So, with reliable talent. Basically, with a success. And that is a success. How shocking. She will find of boon plants 8 samples, which is also silvertaff, bringing to a close day 96. Varin will of course cast non-detection after crafting and catching his breath, for which he has already expended diamond dust, and then he will attempt to hide. The terrain here has become increasingly less sandy and more stony and steamy, sulfurous, and rather chaotically violent. With a stealth check of 29, Varin rests undisturbed and undiscovered. Day 97. The temperature is normal for the season and region. However, strong winds blow out of the north, kicking up another sandstorm. So Varin will make a survival check at disadvantage, which is a success. And he will also attempt a foraging check which is also a success, finding 18 samples of marble pearls. Thía will attempt her own survival check, with disadvantage and reliable talent. So that's the use of reliable talent, which means she does succeed and finds 10 samples of juicy nectar, bringing to a close journey on day 97. Varin will use non-detection, a pinch of diamond dust, and the natural terrain to hide his party, and hide in plain sight to hide himself, resulting in a stealth check of 37, after 1 minute of camouflaging himself. Day 98 dawns. The temperature is normal for the season and region. Light winds out of the east bring a light dusting of sand before its force, imposing the light precipitation condition. Varin will attempt a survival check to navigate the party towards the rendezvous point, which is a success, and then he will also forage on the way. Getting a 34, which is a success, and he's going to find 20 samples, my goodness, of Fleetfoot leaves. Thía will also make a survival check at normal, which is a success, and she's going to find 5 samples of bat-eye berries, bringing to an end day 98. Varin will once again hide the elves with diamond dust, which has been expended, non-detection, and himself with hide in plain sight for a result of 29. Day 99 of the elves campaign, a mere 3 days from the rendezvous. The temperature is normal for the season and region. However, strong winds come blowing strongly out of the north, bringing with them a thick, murky cloud of sand, and imposing disadvantage on survival checks that Varin seems to largely ignore for navigating the desert. How does he do for finding plants? Fairly well, and he will find of neutral plants 14 samples of marble pearls, while Thía will also forage with disadvantage and reliable talent, which is a success. She will find 6 samples of marble pearls, bringing to an end day 99. Varin will, after spending some time crafting, he will cast non-detection with a pinch of diamond dust and then hide himself with a 37, which is definitely a success. Day 100 dawns. The temperature is normal for the season and region. There is no wind, but there is a light haze of sand from the previous day, imposing the light precipitation. Varin will navigate the party, aiming this time to the southwest with a successful navigational check, and he will attempt to find some plants along the way, specifically boom, and that's a success, finding 14 samples of bat-eye berries. Thía will attempt her own survival check to find plants, which is a success, finding 8 samples of Fleetfoot leaves. Reaching the end of travel, day 100, Varin will spend some time crafting with the party, perform a ditty on the flute for them, and cast non-detect. Wow, getting a 30 on his flute roll. Casting non-detection with a pinch of diamond dust, and using hide in plain sight to hide himself away in the echoes of his own music, with a 34 stealth. He is in the wind. Day 101 is the day of the rendezvous, or rather the day that we reach the rendezvous point with the Crusovians. The day dawns, and the temperature is extremely hot, at 100 degrees. A light wind out of the northwest has kicked up a thick cloud of sand all throughout this region, imposing disadvantage. However, Varin is able to navigate the party successfully to the rendezvous. Along the way, he will attempt to find neutral plants one last time with a success, and he will find 20 of skewer dirt samples, In the final hours of travel, before we reach the rendezvous point, Thía will attempt her own survival check, which is a success, and she will find 8 samples of juicy nectar. The elves have reached the rendezvous point, and they are not alone this time, as the Crusovians are all around them. And I'm going to move us now to the point on the map. It is day 101 at this point. We have foraged along our travels and gained rewards. Varin and Thía, between the two of them, have found, I'm going to quickly read this off, 47 bat-eye berries, 23 clear-eye, 50 fleetfoot leaves, 8 forfenty, 16 hopalot twigs, 55 juicy nectar, 102 marble pearls,
Oh,
42 skura dirt, and 35 silvataf.
ooh, Silvatap.
That's good to do.
I have already added to each of our character sheets the results of our crafting during our travels, and I just added it to the chat. Alright, so we are currently on day 101 of our journeying and our campaign. We are long past, by the way, the Song of Twilight. We were not able to make it back in time for that. So unfortunate.
Yes.
As I said, it is day 101. The temperature is extremely hot. There's a light wind out of the northwest. A thick cloud of sand has permeated the region. This imposes the same conditions as strong precipitation. Disadvantage on any perception check to do with sight. Oh, I don't have it here. That's rude. Anything to do with sight and not hearing, because this is just sand as opposed to rain. The Crusovians are gathering about us, and I'm going to move us to a new map. Not that one, this one. So I apologize for taking so long, but there was a lot to cover. We started on day 82, and we're now in the middle of day 101. Like I said, a lot to cover.
Yes.
So are we gonna divide all these things up amongst us?
That's up to you guys. How do you want to handle it?
I would definitely like to claim some like clear eyes and bad eyes. And maybe the forfenty should be roughly split up amongst us.
Roughly.
Oh wait, Thea's got like 4 of the forfenties, or 7 of the forfenties. So I probably don't need
Varin has 11.
Okay.
Excuse me. Sorry, no, I misspoke. Varin has 11 fleetfoot leaves. He has 24 forfenty.
Okay, so who feels like they actually need more forfenty?
I mean,
Not Varin.
I
He
don't
just
have a
popped
single thing of for. Oh no! Wait a second. I'm sorry. I only have 2 forfenty.
Let's just split them between you and Dell.
Okay. Forfenty 8 and 8, so I get 4. Dell gets 4.
Yeah.
All right. That puts me up to 6 total.
And Varin has just eaten a forfenty. So please put in the chat which item you're taking and how many of each item. And go ahead, feel free to split them up between the 3 of your characters. Varin has a lot of supplies. He's fairly solidly taken care of. While you're doing that, go ahead.
Okay.
We have arrived in this valley from out of the north. Noted, Adran. Thank you. Ouch. The area is covered in sand. So much so that we can only see a very, very short distance. As mentioned, we do have disadvantage on insight-related perception check. We have a current visual range, long distance, of about, a mile or less. And as we come into this region, thank you, Adran. Thank you, Thía. Varin is going to make kind of lift up his head and do this button. Thank you, Thía. 15 bad eye berries. I know the air is full of sand, but I smell them. Hobgoblins. Only 5 marble pearls from 102, Adran?
I don't want to exhaust myself too much.
Oh, so you know, juicy nectar. Eating a juicy nectar will relieve 1 level of exhaustion. However, it's inadvisable to eat more than 1 within 24 hours, or at least before a long rest. Noted. The various leaders of the Crusovian force marching with us they're using runners to direct the force where to go. Thank you, Adran. And glancing at Varin, kind of curiously, like, what's going on with that guy? You're gonna take another 15 marble pearls?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All this sand in the air is making it impossible for us to see far. We could end up right on top of a force of hobgoblins stronger than us, or weaker than us, as he glances back towards the 4,000 strong fighting force. Anything you elves could do to find them and figure out their number and where they are would be greatly appreciated.
What? I'm just writing something.
Sure thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was writing something specific in my notes and journals. What exactly did you need from us?
Alright, so we have come out of the north. Varin has detected by smell hobgoblins somewhere in the area. We could end up walking right into a force of equal strength, greater or lesser, of hobgoblins and not know it until we're right on top of them. So the Crusovian leaders are asking us to find them.
All right.
Before the rest of the Crusovian force comes too far into this valley.
I think it's probably best that Thía, Varin, and I all give stealth checks, and we go in stealthily and quietly, scouting out the area.
Did you want us to move separately or together? Because and Varin will point out that he can move quietly. So if we want to move stealthily, we can. As a group, we would be moving at half speed. Or not half speed, slow speed.
Slow speed is fun.
Varin can move at normal speed in this terrain and be stealthy.
I just want to be somewhere within 100 feet of each other, or at least as far as my message can allow, so we can still be within close communication.
We can do that. You can also send Thía and Varin out alone separately to be scouts.
Well, why can't I be scout?
Varin gives you a very kind look, because you're not very stealthy and you're not very aware.
I can be stealthy. All right.
Of course you can.
Hey, wait a second. Do I have any of those particular things where I could use my eyes to see out and over? What is that? That's
Are you talking about bad eye berries?
Well,
No, that's just.
Oh no, you're talking about like the clairvoyance potion.
I have
right?
one more clairvoyance potion that I can use.
You do have that. I will point out, if you try to use the sight feature of it, the entire area is filled with sand.
Yeah, but I could still use hearing and not need to use sight at all.
Yes, but
Because-
that's why I'm pointing out about the vision specifically.
Well, yeah, no, that's basically what I was wanting to do, is see if I can hear anything.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So how do you want us to go about this, sir?
Let's see. Let me zoom out a little bit so I can see better of the map. Because the hobgoblins, I do remember saying you said something about they were coming from the south.
Generally speaking, yes.
Generally speaking.
They're somewhere in this region. Varin did detect their scent.
All right.
So, and just so you're aware, we have already traveled for half the day. So we've already traveled 12 miles. You'll notice... Thank you, Thía. Do you see the measuring stick that I just put out there?
Yes.
Or measuring circle?
Yes.
That number is in feet.
Okay.
17,160 feet.
Okay.
So that circle right there represents 3¼ miles
All right.
from where we are to the boundary.
Hmm.
8 hoplock twigs.
Let's see.
15 silver taffratel, thank you.
No. Okay, so how about this? Let's have Varin and Thía stealth. Go searching. Varin, I know you can travel really fast on the sand. Why don't you try taking, or head on out the west or southwest, and then slowly work your way to about south. Thía, you also work out east and southeast areas, and try meeting up with Varin in the south.
You said you want me to go east and southeast and meet up with him in the south?
Yeah, go east and then meet up with him in the south. Varin, go west and meet up with Thía in the south.
Also, just so you see now the new circle I've put up.
Yes, that's very large.
From where we stand to the edge of this circle is 6 miles, and we only have 12 miles left of travel in us.
Well, I don't want you to travel too far out there. I want you to travel at least to like maybe 2-3 miles. See if you can pick up anything.
Okay, let me get some tokens out here for a second. Hold on 1 second there, Thía. Let's see here. Characters. That's what I'm looking for. as well.
So my range for message is only 120 feet.
By the way, if you can hear it, I would be very surprised. But there is a thunderstorm happening outside right now.
No, I can't hear it right now, but
Excellent.
I believe you.
Alright, Thea Dell is taking another 10 juicy nectars. Or is that Thea taking them?
I'm taking 5 for each.
Oh, gotcha.
What are Fleetfoot leaves?
Those are the equivalent of the Longstrider spell.
Oh, okay. But you get what, like an extra 10 feet or something?
Well, no, you just get plus 10 to your movement speed for the next hour.
Or, I'm sorry, yeah, plus 10.
Alright, Thea, you wish to travel. Do you wish to travel stealthily in order to, at the cost of going at slow speed?
Just a second. 23. Sorry. You asked if I want to go at slow speed to move stealthily. Is that what you said?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. I suppose
Okay.
I should go ahead and roll a stealth
Please.
check.
Yes, please do. Your slow speed means you can travel 2 miles in 1 hour. 27 for a stealth check. Is that a user reliable? Yep, that's a user reliable talent. Nice. Adran, you're taking 24 Fleetfoot?
No, I meant to do just 12.
Just 12. Thank
Yeah.
you. So that's 26 minus 12. 14 left.
I know I'm going east and southeast. I don't know how far I'm trying to go.
So for now, Thea, just move yourself the equivalent of what did I say? You have this is going to be the first hour of exploration, so you can move a total of 2 miles.
Is that
Which
1 square per mile or
is-
what?
no. You have a movement of 10,560 feet.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Varin's going to make a stealth check. Ooh, whoops, that should have been normal. So we'll go with the. Okay, well, either one would be good. So Varin is also hidden, and also has a movement of, since he's traveling alone, 3 miles. So Varin can move 15,840.
I'll be away from my computer for a bit.
Noted, sir. That's 2 miles. So to make it a little bit simpler there, Thea, 4 squares is 1 mile.
Thank you. I'm not quite sure how
Yeah, sorry,
coordinating turns and timing.
no worries. So this is 1 hour of travel. Please
Okay.
give me a survival check at disadvantage, unless you want to try and track by smell.
Would that remove the disadvantage?
It would make it normal. You can try and track by smell. You can try and track by hearing, but that would require you to be able to hear very, very well.
I think I
Because
want.
The unfortunate thing is that there is not a visual trail for Thea to try and follow because of all the sand in the air.
I was say the only thing I don't understand is like it seems like I'd want to use any and all senses at all times. I feel.
Yes,
if you
but
asked me to choose between
which one do you want to focus your attention on?
What are we trying to track?
The hobgoblins. And I will accept a survival check to try and track them, 1 per mile.
I think I want smell then, because that seems the most likely to be noticed. noticeable.
Okay.
So is that 2 survival checks at normal?
Yes. Well, there's a nat 1, and I don't know what the other one roll was.
I don't know, but it's 23 either way.
Yeah. With reliable talent and whatever your second roll was, you do not find any immediate trail. You do on occasion pick up a whiff of something vaguely hobgoblin, but that's about it.
Can I go back to that area and try again?
It was in the area that you're in right now.
Can I take a minute to try again?
Nope, it's my turn.
No.
Huh?
Varin will also try and track by smell since he can't see anything. And hobgoblins are Varin's favorite enemy. So Varin does have advantage on tracking these. Which would normally be negated by the vision aspect, but he's going to use smell. Survival. 1 per mile. Oh gosh, that's a nat 20. Let me just roll the other 2. Oh my goodness. All 3 are successes. Alright, so...
What did the elf nose find, Varin?
That's horribly racist.
They are very stinky. Alright, so...
Mostly because they
with those 3 successes, Varin's able to find essentially a trail. Or at least a suggestion of a trail. So, let me check something real quickly. 1,000 feet. Okay, that would not help me. That's animals or plants. Yeah. So Varin is going to go ahead and cast Locate Creature, specifically to try and find an elf. He's looking for the nearest elf to him. So he is concentrating. There it is. I'm going to put an aura on him for 1,000 feet. I don't sense Thía anywhere nearby. Alright, Thía. We've traveled for 1 hour. You have picked up hints of hobgoblin presence, but you're not sure in which direction. Which way would you like to travel next? And bearing in mind you're not sure where Varin is.
I mean, since I'm kind of...
You have 2... Go ahead.
Since I'm kind of getting hints of the hobgoblins, I kind of want to, like, circle my area.
Okay.
Does that show?
Hang on. No, it does not.
Yeah, hold on. It'll probably take me 2 turns, but let me broadcast to others. I basically want to do that. Does that show on your screen?
Oops, wrong button. Let's fix that later. Yes, that is now showing on my screen.
Yeah. So I basically want to do that. It'll take me, looks like 2 turns. Or at least I'll just start my...
Do you mean 2 hours? No, not 2 hours. Sorry. So
looks like just over 2 hours, really.
you're traveling stealthily, right? So that means you have a range of 8 squares, like so.
Yeah, actually, I can just do this. What I can do is I can go boom, boom, boom. You know, end on this square.
Yes.
One to my right. And I want to...
That would constitute 1 hour for Thía.
Yeah.
So go ahead and move yourself there.
And I want to basically circle
Thank
that
you.
area where I was getting a little bit of the hobgoblin smell. I just want to circle it and be looking for if I can find any more of their trail.
Scent specific or vision?
Both?
Okay. In that case, give me 1 survival check at normal for smell and 1 at disadvantage for sight. Okay.
And I'm gonna actually use my inspiration point to cancel out the disadvantage.
All right. Let's see it.
That didn't do a whole lot more for me.
Interestingly, you caught hobgoblin scent and the sight of honestly, you're not entirely sure what kind of a footprint.
Where?
Somewhere in this region.
Down here?
Yes. So you started from that point?
Yeah.
The trail seems to indicate a direction of that way.
Okay.
You did pass within Varin's range of locate creature, so he now knows roughly where you are and where you went during that hour. Varin is going to there is 2 miles. Okay. So effectively what Varin has done is ended up with you, Thía. In the same hour that you did your scouting around. So like you come to a stop, you're like, okay, I found a hint of something, and all of a sudden Varin's right next to you.
Hi.
And for his checks, gotta put on advantage because he's smelling, not smelly, he's smelling. First hour, second hour, third hour. Another nat 20. So the first check was a failure. The subsequent 2 success.
Nicely.
So we have traveled for 2. Sorry.
Nicely done.
Thank you. So we have traveled. We have been scouting for 2 hours at this point.
No.
I found something. I found their trail.
Yes, and I will indicate I found 2 points of their trail, and they seem to be going in that direction.
You're not far off. They're actually directly south of us.
Okay, well, they seem to be going in this direction here. And then that direction? I don't know.
Yeah. From where you are,
Thea's just trying to
it's
sound...
kind of like in this region.
Yeah, she's just trying to sound smart with her tracking.
Right? Hard to track in the sand. So we have traveled for 2 hours. We need to return to the party and let them know where to go. Oh, excuse me. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh gosh, sorry. So we've been traveling for 2 hours. Varin effectively has not gotten lost. And that is still traveling at slow speed since we're now moving as a party. 2 miles away, and 2 miles away. You see that line?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're waiting for him to come to us though, right? Or are we going back to him?
Well, he doesn't know where we are.
Oh, okay.
So we have to go to him and let him know what we found. So I'm going to just basically with Varin leading the way, we return traveling at stealthy speed to the party. All right, Adran, we found their trail. There are a few of them. I didn't find footprints of hobgoblins, just their stink. But I did find the prints of several beasts.
What kind of beast?
Large beasts. Hold on one second. 1, 2, 3. Um, 12 large beasts and one huge. Huge? I'm gonna double check. One huge creature. What kind of beast? Actually, an excellent question. Beasts are on my favorite enemy, so Varin is going to attempt a nature check to try and guess at what they were.
Either that, or Thea's gonna point out if we're sure we want to know what's going on with these creatures and what we're going into. I do have a Spellskull of Scrying.
Camel prints.
Camel prints. So they're just riders. They're not actual, like, grizzly bear beasts or giant spiders. No offense, Crutches.
As far as I can tell. And Thea, did you want to use your spell scroll of scrying?
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't sound like this is gonna be as dangerous of a fight as that. I don't know. What do you think, Agent? How badly do you want to know what we're going into? Given this, if we're in this terrain, I imagine if we get close, I could probably scout it out too.
For whatever purpose is actually happening, I don't want to expect very little from this enemy and go into it knowing that there's going to be a lot more than what we're actually expecting. At this point, I just might as well expect the worst. Expect that there's going to be at least like a dozen sorcerers or something in this group of hobgoblin armies. There's going to be quite a few centurions, quite a few generals, and they're all going to be throwing thousands of javelins and flaming arrows at us. That's what I'm expecting. And if that's the case...
You're a little doom and gloom today.
Oh, no. I'm hoping to get I'm trying to get my hopes up. By
I was going to say, are we going into that why?
I expect...
Isn't that what we want to send the other tribes people after?
Okay, calm down. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is I'm expecting a lot. So what I need these guys, these hobgoblins, to do is kind of get thrown off of their own guard. I want them to expect that all they're going to be finding is the four of us. And once they see the four of us, they're going to think, oh, we have these guys in our hands. These guys are no biggie. We're going to take them out like they're tiny little bugs. That's when we actually bring the other guys into play. We're going to have them positioned all around so that as they're traveling towards us, and we're going to be like a big giant beacon. So they're going to be coming towards us. They're going to be falling into our trap. And then the rest...
And Adran...
Yeah?
Sorry for interrupting. With what Varin has described, you can roll me an intelligence check with advantage. Sorry, investigation. Investigation check with advantage.
Alright.
I don't want to interrupt your planning because it sounds like a good plan, but I do want to make sure see if I can give you some. Oh my goodness. With what Varin has described, it's likely that what we have found is the advanced scouts of a larger force.
Ooh, that sounds good to kill.
Mm-hmm.
An advanced scout group is more likely to escape in the confusion of a blind, sand-filled battle.
So, if I may, it sounds like we might want to hurry up and catch them and kill them before they have a chance to get out of here and report whatever they've seen.
Well, if you want to find a way to lure them in, I'd almost tried to get some way to kind of force them into a path. So then that way, they're basically trapped. They have nowhere else to go. And when that happens, we then go all in with our army that we have.
4,000 against 12?
Oh, there's only 12?
Yeah,
I said there were 12 beast tracks.
Oh,
12
I'm
large
sorry.
beast
I
tracks
thought you said
of camels.
1,200. I was like, yeah, we're going to need all full force on this one, but 12? Oh, I think the
I was
three of
like,
us, or
wait.
even the four of us with Dell, coming along, I think we could just easily take them out.
yeah. As I said, this is
I was wondering where your reasoning was going.
this is
Well,
yeah. This is more like a scouting party
I'm
we've
sorry,
discovered,
the
not the
sand
army.
is. I'm sorry, the sand is just kind of messing around with my head a little bit, and I was expecting a real
Take an
huge
inspiration point. Adrian, take an inspiration point.
battle. Okay.
So one quick side note, Varin and Thía did spend about 3 hours scouting. They have 1 hour of travel left in them, and then they have to start making Constitution saving throws as they go into forced march conditions, unless we want to use a certain elephant token or other means of conveyance.
We still have the elephant?
We still have the elephant.
I thought we lost that thing a long time ago.
No, we still have the elephant. The white elephant statuette.
Yeah.
What if we use the elephant to get close to them, then we'll kind of spread out, surround them a little bit, and we'll launch our own ambush.
We could do that.
At least we won't have to make Constitution saving throws, whatever those are.
Whatever those are.
So do we wish to make an approach?
Affirmative.
All right, I will move us towards. I will describe the scene before I have you determine our placement, Adran.
Okay.
The area that Varin and Thía lead you to is a most confusing landscape. It is intermittent patches of sand and stone and grass, boulders, conical spires that look like they're like melted wax but of stone. Others look like they're of clay. There's clouds of sulfurous mist mingled with the cloud of sand that obscures our vision, and various bubbling springs of boiling water. A few of them erupt with sometimes barely heard whispers and gurgles, others with cacophonous, thunderous roars that disturbingly remind you somewhat of the shadowy flying worm creature at times.
Well,
the area that Varin leads you to is a kind of valley that runs from west to east. Excuse me. With, to the north, a sandy draw down into the valley, and to the south, more of a stony draw. The hobgoblin forces, or at least most of them, are in that valley, kind of a sheltered spot out of the sand and wind. However, there are a few hobgoblins on watch, for all the good it does them, given sandy conditions. How would you like us to approach this, Adran?
Not bad. Not saying I want to build a summer home here, but the trees are quite lovely.
You already have an inspiration point.
I know, but I had to put that in there. I couldn't resist.
Valid.
Well, all that being said, I think I very much want you two, Varin and Thía, going in first, and as quietly as possible taking out the scouts. That is if you can reach.
Okay.
That is if you can reach them. If you can't, then I guess we'll just have to slowly take them out one by one, revealing our position. But if you can, do it as stealthily as possible.
I like that plan.
I thought you might.
That plan seems to involve a lot of us not getting hurt.
Well, you're my team. I don't want you getting hurt.
Fair enough. And Adran, how do you want you and Crutches and Dell? And bear in mind that Dell is on a bone cart that can make some noise on stone.
Probably leave that.
Dell is actually going to be hanging back a little bit. And if things get a little dicey, then he can leave the bone cart and kind of sneak his way in there. Me and Crutches are going to be kind of like off in the distance a little bit, or off to the side. And I've not equipped my shield because I want to kind of have some range and use my bow.
Okay. All right. Well, we are in blinded conditions.
Blinded conditions.
So that means no advantage on attacks, no disadvantage. Thea, I've spoken with you privately about what that means for certain features of both the ranger and the rogue at our current level.
I remember some of that. I don't remember all of that.
So review your, I think it's not thieves reflexes. Review for me, if you will, or put it in the chat.
Elusive is going to come up.
Elusive. What elusive will do for you in these conditions is make it so that any attack roll against you is at disadvantage, so long as your opponent is blind. Which, thanks to the sand, is basically everyone. Varin has something of the opposite. Because when Varin makes an attack against a creature he cannot see, he no longer has disadvantage. But if that target cannot see him, that means Varin has advantage on anyone that he attacks. So, Adran, I need from you a decision on how far and where you want to be from the fight. I'm just putting you on the map for now.
Oh, well, here, let me take a look at the map. So... Alright, so let's see. You know, I think that's actually good right there.
Alright. And I will need a stealth check from both you and Crutches.
Alright.
Thea, or rather Dell, I need a decision from you about where you want yourself and both eating a bad-eyed berry. Where do you want the bone cart to go?
I was gonna try to leave the bone cart maybe half a mile or so out from where we expected to, and kind of and hobble them, and even far enough out that they're not going to be heard or detected. Something is.
Okay, so effectively you're leaving the mules behind.
Yeah.
Okay. So just as a quick thing, this sand here, this marks the draw down into the valley. We cannot see anything beneath that line. Okay? So whatever you see down there, you don't actually see. Okay? Adran, you roll a stealth check of... Sorry, hold on. Adran, you roll an 18 stealth check, and Crutches a 26. Thea, to answer your question, the actual border is following the edge of the grass, not the actual line that I made. So anything below the line of where the grass turns to sand, that is the edge of this little valley.
Okay, and then I'm also wondering, so this area where it turns into, I'm not sure if this is stone then?
That is stone at the base of the valley.
Okay, so that is still well below us. And what's... we want to be able to see how far the drop off is yet.
Correct. Alright. So, where did I put that note? Bear in mind that they are all on alert. However, they are in the blinded condition. They cannot see in all this sand. That does not mean, however, that they cannot hear just as well. So, we need... I rolled this early. Oh, I rolled it for something else. Darn it. Adran, rolled good. Thank you. Ow. Actually, I guess I don't need that. Alright, Thea. I'm going to put you here. Varin here. And I will... so Varin is going to... so Thea, you're eating a bad eye berry. Did you also want to roll a stealth check?
Yes.
Varin will use his action to eat a fleetfoot leaf.
That's a good idea. I'll take one of those two.
And uses bonus action to stealth. What was that, Thea?
So the fleetfoot sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna take one of those two.
I think I'm going to do that as well.
Next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are we already on to turns yet?
We're not actually on initiative, so I did use incorrect verbiage there. Stealth check. There it is. Okay, good. I did roll it at normal. Woohoo! Alright, so I'm going, since we are definitely going into hostilities, I will allow each of you to take one more action before we start rolling for initiative.
Alright, I'm taking a leaf foot.
Oh, excuse me. Action and movement. Go ahead, sir.
So then my speed is now 50.
Nice.
Just wait until I hit Expeditious Retreat as a bonus action.
Right. Alright, so you've taken your action. Did you want to move or stay where you are, Adran?
I'm just going to be moving over here.
Okay. Thea, Del? Del would need to roll stealth check if you wanted to be coming anywhere near and be quiet.
Yeah. As a part of our approach, I think I would have. I'm not sure if it's too late, but hold on. Yeah, 30-foot range. Oh, it is too late.
And it's only good for 1 minute, so he would have had to cast this pretty quickly on approach.
Yeah,
I would say he would have had time. No, I would. 1 minute moving stealthily is how far? As I turn to my handy dandy tome of knowledge. Okay. If Del wanted to cast this while we were traveling stealthily, he would have had to do it when we were already within audible range.
Yeah. Okay.
And by the time we got to this point, the spell would have ended.
Yeah. So never mind.
So if you want, what you could do is ready an action to cast the spell.
Well, we're already getting kind of spread out, so he'd only be able to get 2 or 3 people he wanted anyways.
Valid. Varin. Don't want to use Swift Quiver yet, because I only have that for once per day. That requires vocal components. There's only 12 of them. Varin is going to move through the sand to here. Alright, and Thea for yourself.
Thea rolled her stealth, I believe, at 27. Del's gonna roll his at 17.
Nice. And where does she want to go?
We started. Let's see. Second, I'm playing catch up right now. Hold on. That should be up to 45 now.
No
with
worries.
Fleetfoot. I'm a little unclear. So the sand blowing everywhere, right? So it's very hard for anyone to see without special abilities.
It's just kind of hovering in the air, like a thick cloud, but all of sand.
Do I think I could reasonably expect to get right up next to these guys without being detected?
With a stealth check of, what'd you roll?
27.
27? Yeah. Varin has his longbow in hand, just FYI.
I'll just start moving there.
Excellent. Now, bear in mind that for Thea, any attack roll she makes, even though she's hidden, will be at normal because you're effectively blind and they're effectively blind.
Except that with the bad eye berry.
Except for the bad eye berry.
Sorry. With the bad eye berry, having blindsight for 15 feet, if I'm within that, then I'd have advantage, correct?
Yes. Give me 1 second. It depends on what your tool you're using. There's your aura for blind sight.
Thank you.
So if you want to make a ranged attack, I would suggest you be here so that your target is at the limit of your blind sight vision. That way you won't run into the issue of making ranged attacks while within 5 feet of your enemy. Are you prepared?
Good enough.
Adran, are you prepared?
I am prepared. I've got my longbow in hand with just a simple arrow, not my lightning arrow.
Did you want to cast a message and let us know to attack?
Yes, I will cast message, letting everybody know it's okay to attack.
And who do you wish to message? Adran, Thea, or Del? Or sorry, Varin. Varin, Thea, or Del?
Varin.
Very well. Varin is going to come. Let's see. I think the lowest stealth check was 17, wasn't it?
Del's, yeah, I think so.
Excellent. That means that we did surprise the enemy. This is going to go great for them. Varin's going to open up with the icicle arrow, targeting the nearest nearest rider. So, first shot. That is a 26 to hit. That does certainly hit, dealing 8 damage. Roll for initiative. While Varin finishes his shots. Presence revealed, but he doesn't throw senses, so he still shoots at advantage. Oh goodness. That does hit for another 10 damage. Just real quick, did you all remember to check to click on your tokens before you started rolling?
I did, actually.
Woohoo!
Although, oh wow, Del got surprisingly high. Not that he's going to do much with that.
I think I forgot to click on Crutch's token.
You forgot to click on Crutches?
Yeah. I thought I clicked on both of us, but I didn't.
And then,
Alright.
I don't have any way to set it up, but I will want to see if I can make sure he is going to get 2 turns on this first round.
Yes, thank you for remembering. I will add her momentarily. Wait, so what happened, Adran, is you accidentally put yourself in the tracker twice.
Ah, okay. Whoops.
Or, no, you put it yourself in once with a roll of 12. So basically you had Crutches roll an initiative roll for Adran. So you should be at 19.
So I'm at 19 and Crutches is at 12? Or is it the other way around?
Adran, 19. Crutches, 12.
Oh, that's the way it should have been. Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
And then Thea, let's add you for your 1 Thieves' Turn tool. Or sorry, Thieves' Reflexes. You rolled a 23, so minus 10 would be 13.
Oh, no, sorry, that's Del's with the 23. Although I would love to switch that. If I'm allowed.
No. What was Thea's roll?
Thea had an initiative of 10, Del had the 23.
You had an initiative of 10. Minus 10 means basically at the very end of the round, before the start of the next round, that's when you'll get to go.
Yeah.
Hey, just be thankful you get to go twice in one round.
I do.
There is that. Alright, so, and I recalled that Varin should not have made the second attack. He made his first attack, which reveals his presence, and begins the fight. So ignore that second roll with 32 attack roll, which I will hide so that it vanishes. We go into initiative order. Del, you're up first.
So we haven't really revealed ourselves yet, have we?
Del, Thía, Crutches, and Adran are not revealed. Varin is revealed.
Second, I'm just trying to see if I can do something real quick. I think I want to cast. Oh, one character sheet. No, I'm gonna wait one round, but I want to ready an action. I think at the end of this round, and cast Thaumaturgy, like right over here in the middle of the area.
You're gonna use a ready reaction to cast Thaumaturgy.
So I think what I want to do, I'm gonna try and like sneak over here. And I'm gonna wait until everyone does their attacks, and like kind of once it's obvious that we're under, like the combat started, and everyone kind of starts to catch on to that.
That's when you'll use Thaumaturgy.
Yeah, and I'll make like a booming sound over here in the middle.
Like over here, kind of thing.
Yeah, but I want to make sure it waits until it's obvious that combat's already started and people start to notice something's happening.
Sure. These fellows are surprised. Adran, it is your turn, sir.
Already?
Yes.
All
Well,
right.
they are surprised.
Well, I'll give them another surprise and a present. So this hobgoblin right here, I'm just gonna shoot my arrow right at him. Most likely.
The one that Varin wounded?
Say what?
The one Varin wounded?
Yeah.
Thank you. Continue.
So, let's see. One, two.
Your first shot, all three of your shots are at normal.
Duly noted. Where's my longbow? There's my longbow. Here's the first shot.
I didn't take it. That's a crit. Wait, what happened to your character sheet that you're rolling with that?
What do you mean?
It should just be your roll plus 8. How long has it been since you last used your longbow?
Probably like 5 or 6 fights ago.
Oh goodness. No, actually used it. So that should be 7 plus 8, not 7 plus 1 for the house rules for critical hits.
Oh.
So that means you deal 15 points of damage with your opening shot, sir.
Whoa.
Because that's definitely gonna hit. Anything else for you, Adran?
I'll take my second shot on him.
Same fellow?
Yep.
Then let's see it. And followed immediately by a nat 1.
Well, it is.
Oh no!
It is kind of sandy out here.
So an ice arrow slams into him, and then a regular arrow, and then something whistles overhead. Like, huh?
Our
It's
camel
Aiden,
moved.
what was that? Hold still, camel.
And then I shoot one more at the same target.
Excellent. Well, that will hit. And kill.
Free camel, who wants to mount it?
The camel bellows and spits. Anything else for you, Adran?
All right.
Pretty much.
I'm actually going to move this way. Wait, am I in difficult terrain or regular terrain?
Grass is normal terrain.
Okay.
Sand, difficult.
And do we have any idea like how deep down that ravine is yet? Sorry, I lost my voice.
Oh goodness. No kidding. Well, I mean, you are technically blind. So no.
And that right there.
Anything else
my
for you?
turn.
Oh, very well. Da, 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 da. He is surprised. Trying not to fall out of my chair. Because I would appreciate that. It would be a very painful landing.
Ouch.
Alright, Varin is up next. Come on, that was going to be my shot.
You're
You
welcome.
always have to take my shot. Varin's going to slide on over here, looking at this fellow down here, and I just thought about something. Do I need to be able to see in order to cast Hunter's Mark?
I think you have to.
Yes, I do have to be able to see. Well, that's unfortunate. So I'm not going to cast Hunter's Mark on him, but I will attack him at advantage, because I can sense him, and he cannot sense me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll hit
Good job.
for 13 damage. Ouch. What this also means is that I can't use volley because I can't see.
True.
On my next shot, therefore, I'm going to take Sharpshooter, Colossus Slayer, if I hit, and Sharpshooter. Ice Arrow. .25 to hit is a hit. That is 10 from Sharpshooter, 5 from Colossus Slayer, and 9 cold damage for a total of 24 damage. And another dead hobgoblin.
Oh.
So Varin just kind of moves up here and it's like, I'm so annoyed. Wham, wham, thud. And then bonus action to hide. Getting a 27. Varin's only moved 10 feet? Yes. Using land stride to ignore difficult non-magical terrain. I am now hidden down in the valley itself. And let's see, crutches is controlled. Does not get a turn. Oops, I almost passed up something. There is a rippling, bubbling, howling shriek as reality is rent asunder.
And that's probably what we're waiting for.
With hideous pig-like snorts and screams. Where is their character sheet? Here we go. None of you can really see what's happening. I'm going to do that. Eventually, the roll. There it goes. So 14, a nat 1, and an 18. 14 and 18 both hit for a total of 32 damage, and a camel is very dead.
Oh. What a horrible way to go.
Then eventually, oh, come on, yay, it worked. Oh, another nat 1, but a 24 and a 24 are both going to hit for a total of 57 damage.
Ay-ya.
And that hobgoblin never even got a chance to scream.
Wait, who's killing our hobgoblins? I wanted to kill some of those.
Seems like the swine
Right?
flu got him.
Thea, it is now your turn. It sounds very disturbing down there. You have blind sight and therefore advantage on one target.
I'm gonna
Well,
shoot
two,
well,
technically.
really the only particularly dangerous creature I can see.
Valid. Take the
And
shot.
I'm just gonna play around a little bit. I'm gonna throw a dart at him this time.
Okay. You have advantage. Sneak attack if you hit, and sharpshooter does apply.
Sharp, sneak, sharp. Wait, sneak, yes, okay. Sorry, trying to make sure I actually set everything up correctly.
That is valid. That is a 25 to hit, and therefore a hit. Oh my giddy Aunt Martha. That is 10 from sharpshooter, and 29 from sneak attack, plus 6 from the dart itself. 45 damage. Watch that health bar.
What health bar?
That worked. And I'm gonna move here.
One shot kill.
And so now that I'm like right here on it and I can see 15 feet out, like, is this something I could walk or ride a camel down?
Well, you can probably ride a camel down since the camels are on both layers, and therefore you could probably also walk it, but it would be difficult terrain.
Okay, so I'm gonna mount the camel. I don't know if that takes an action or not. I don't remember.
That does
It
take
does
half
not
your
take
movement
an
speed.
action. It takes
Yeah.
half of your movement, and I believe it has to be willing.
Oh,
Just be patient. I'm checking. Mm-mm. I have to go to the mounted combat, I believe. Oops, I went too far. I went right into spells.
Oops.
Yeah. Whoa.
I don't need a spell check right now.
Well, what do you know? It doesn't matter if the mount is willing or not.
Oh.
Once during your move, you can mount a creature that is within 5 feet of you or dismount.
and I figure it's probably it
You
looks.
can mount it.
I presume it looks like a trained mount, anyways, with a saddle.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, as I come up here, I'm gonna use my interaction to collect my dart from the dead hobgoblin, and I'm gonna mount.
You would have used your interaction to pull it out. No, wait. For dart? No, that's as part of. Sorry, rephrase. That's part of.
Yeah.
Just pulling the weapon and throwing it. My bad.
So I'm gonna use my interaction to recover my dart. I'm gonna mount the camel, and I'm gonna start riding him down south. I don't think I can actually select him though.
You can't. I might be able to fix that, but I'm not sure. Details. Can I make this particular camel controlled by Thea? I can't. Alright. So, for the time being, I will simply have to tell you the movement speed, which is 50 feet.
Okay. So if I ride him down here, that's gonna cost 50 just to get there. I think.
50 feet, yes. And then you can have him take the dash, dodge, or disengage action.
I expect I'll have him take the dash action. The moment I'll take him there. Can you see the arrow?
I can. Like so.
And do I have any idea if I can run him through the water or not?
You can always try it and find out. Remember, you can't really see anything.
Well, I got the blind sight, the bad eye berry, so I can actually see for 15 feet.
Yes, you can see with blind sight. It just looks like bubbling water.
Okay, bubbling is not good.
And where you are currently, you have no idea where Varin is.
I think what I'll do is I'll start guiding him. Let's see, I moved. That's 50.
You moved 50, and then you had a dash for another 50.
Yes, I moved 15 of that next
15.
50.
And that red shape is a boulder that is blocking your path.
Oh, I can't like kind of squeeze between it and the water?
Well, you might be able to. The camel, not so much.
You know what? I'll make my turn stop there for the moment.
Okay. In that case, the camels are all surprised. Sorry?
I did you use my bonus action to take
Use your bonus action to what? Yeah, the rest is garbled.
use my bonus action to hide?
I
don't know if I
you can attempt to hide, but everyone will know where the camel is because of the movie.
No, that's cool. I'm good with that. 'Cause I kind of figured they're not expecting any other enemies to be riding their camel.
Well, they don't know it's their camel. They just hear movement.
Huh.
So that's a 27 to hide. Excellent. Thank you, Thea, and that's a use of reliable talent. Something big on the other side of that water stirs. With a heavy snort and a grunt of effort. Targeting the sound that it heard, which it was not Thea, but the camel. Nat 20. A boulder comes flying out of the air, Thea. The camel's head is now relocated to somewhere inside its body.
No, that didn't really work out as well as I'd hoped.
As it takes... Oh my goodness. To be fair, at least it wasn't you that took 43 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
And I need from you a... Where'd it go?
Dexterity save?
Dexterity saving throw, please. As the camel is suddenly no longer beneath you. That is a success. You do not fall prone. Give me one more dexterity save to avoid falling in the water. Nice. You do not fall in the water. It's very, very hot where you're standing, by the way, and the heat seems to be coming from the water itself. Very, very hot.
Bugger.
Sorry. So here, here, here. All right. And then with an enormous splash, you sense this massive thing stepping into the water, and it's going to immediately take 21 points of fire damage from the hot water. No save.
Ah. Okay.
Thea. It is Thieves' Reflexes, your turn.
Not quite working out quite the way I planned, but
On the plus side, you are hidden.
yeah, I'm hidden and I can see him. So I'm gonna throw another dart.
You're hidden, Yay!
Oh, that's supposed to be at advantage. Sorry.
Yes, please roll it one more time. Taking that 8 to 23, which does indeed hit. And that is 10 from Sharpshooter, 27 from Sneak Attack, and 8 from the dart itself, for a total of 45. Really? Again, 45 damage? Watch that health bar. Boink.
And I don't think I'm close enough to. I can't tell if he's on the square next to me or not. Is he occupying a total of 9?
Whether he is or he is adjacent to you. However, he is blind, as far as you can tell. In point of fact, your blind sight shows that he has one eye. Must have terrible depth perception.
Tunnel vision, more like.
Yeah.
Uh,
And Adran, I'm aware of the time. You have the hammer.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna move this way. I have a bonus action hide. At normal.
Nice stealth check.
Oh.
Thea has gone invisible in the sand.
That's 15. I think I'll go there for now. That'll be
Okay.
the end of the.
And that ends your turn. I'm sorry?
Yeah, that'll be the end of her turn.
Excellent. Thank you. Thieves' reflexes. We're now at the top of the round.
I apologize. Is it too late to interaction draw my augmenter?
No, you had an entire turn. You can draw out Augmentor.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spend my interaction to draw that out.
Noted. Del, before we actually get to your turn, did you want to use your readied action to Thaumaturgy?
Well, it's not really working out quite the way I imagined some of this going, so I think I'll cancel that.
Fair enough.
I'll just I'll spend
In that case,
an action to
it's
dash.
your turn. Del could actually get on the camel. There's a camel right there.
Yeah, I don't really want to draw attention to myself. I'd had a plan with Thea where I was gonna like use the camel to do right-bys and swing at people, but that's 30.
Well, I mean, he is still hidden.
Yeah, so I'll just move down there. So he used his action to dash.
Okay. Very well. There is a howling scream from off to the west. It is full of air and fury. And if I can move, let me see. Nope, not that way. Oh dear, someone's having a bad day. That is going to be 26 points of bludgeoning damage. And a hobgoblin screams in utter fear somewhere out there. Alright. We go now to this hobgoblin, who is no longer surprised. Aside from being, horribly surprised at something coming under attack here. Where is this fellow? Oh, there he is. So at the moment, this fellow is only really aware of Adran, because Adran has not hidden. Come on. Buttons, buttons, work buttons. There we go. So Thea, you sense as this creature is going to rise. Alright, so 15, 25, 15, 25 and 15, 40 feet. 50. And then dash.
Hey, come back here! Wasn't done with you yet.
And that fellow is going to hurl a javelin at you, Adran.
Oh, goody.
I get a 13.
Mm-hmm. That flings right over my head.
Adran, you speak Goblin, don't you?
I do.
Okay. Off to the west, you hear the sounds of goblin voices. They're crying out in fear and terror. Don't let it get us! Run! It's right behind you! Kind of voices.
Somebody's having a bad day.
Indeed.
And so it would seem.
Taking an action to dash. There. Split up! Don't let it disrupt and don't let it corner you! Move, you fools! Help! It killed my camels! Getting to there and triggering an attack of opportunity.
They must be talking about big and ugly over there.
Ouch. That one takes 7 damage to the back of his skull.
Ooh. It's like a grand slam over there with that amount of attack.
Going to dash. Sorry, going to run to here and then dash. Where is this fellow? He's going to have his camel rise. And that's one full movement and then dash. Oops, too far. Okay, now dash for 50. It's getting mass confused. There. Adran, we're back to your turn, sir.
Well, I see that one guy that's really close to me on his little camel. I swap over to my lightning quiver.
Ah.
I draw one out and shoot it at him.
That makes sense.
Here we go, lightning arrow. Here we go.
I'm just throwing a 15-foot radius onto Dell. A 31 is going to hit. You targeted the hobgoblin, right?
The hobgoblin.
Alright, 9 damage to the hobgoblin. Whack. Or rather, zap.
Yeah.
And Thea suddenly feels very glad for the boulders she's hiding behind.
Mhm.
Ouch.
And now I want to.
Any further... Sorry?
Sorry, I didn't... Sorry.
Yeah, hush. Adran.
According to the sandstorm, am I still able to make this guy out?
Based on the fact that he's down in the valley, no.
Okay.
You do not have line of sight.
Alright, so I'll just stick with the hobgoblin that's closest to me riding his camel still.
Valid.
So I'm actually going to hold off on the rest of my lightning arrows and use some of my regular arrows instead.
Makes sense.
So I drew 2 from my regular quiver, and here's the first of the ones.
That will also hit for another 6 damage. Wham! Straight into the hole, the lightning arrow left.
And
Or the burn?
now I'm
The
going to
burn, the
use
lightning
my
arrow.
inspiration point so then I can shoot this last one at advantage, just to make sure I actually
You will
hit him.
still shoot. you will still shoot it at normal because you cannot see him and he cannot see you.
Oh well, I'll just keep my inspiration point and keep it on normal.
That's right. You keep that inspiration point, sir. Ha!
Come on. Oh.
That is a hit for 7 more damage.
Oh, cool.
Excellent shooting, sir. Anything else you want to do with your turn, Adran?
Yeah, I want to move up.
That seems reasonable.
Let's see. Oh, wait. No. This is... Sorry. I'm trying to get to here. Now it's going to be difficult terrain.
Correct.
So...
And from here you would now have line of sight, but, well, except for the fact that, there's sand everywhere.
Yeah. So that's my entire movement speed, and that's where I got.
Alright. There is a hideously loud clanging noise off to the west, and the snorting of a massive bull. So reading in time with the clattering, clanging noise. Yes, okay.
Oh, bull.
And this guy's going to do this. Well, 25 will hit and do 19 damage to the camel, who immediately dies.
Poor camel. Never knew what hit him.
Definitely not. Causing... There it is. Dexterity saving throw. That fellow succeeds his dexterity saving throw and is not knocked prone. Alright. Quickly check. Okay. And that concludes that noisy fellow's turn. And then... Where is he? There he is. There. Alright. Look alive, you fools! We're under attack! What are those creatures? Quick! Loose the ravens! Adran and Varin are the only ones who understand this. Del and Thea do not speak Goblin. He's going to take this camel. And can this guy see? No. Having the camel rise. Go to here and then dash. Thea, you sense another camel with a hobgoblin rider moving through your blind sight. To there. Alright. That's it for his turn. And... What'd you say?
I said I sense prey. As in a target.
Right? Yeah. Okay, I need to actually look at the character sheet and see what its movement is. There's a few creatures on this map, so bear with. Okay. It is now Varin's turn. There's a lot of creatures on this map, is what Varin's kind of getting the sense of, and some of them are potentially very magical. So Varin's going to use a bonus action. Rephrase. Varin's not going to use a bonus action. He's going to start relying on his regular arrows. Arrowsly. To target the big fellow that's standing in the boiling hot water. With advantage, because I can sense him and he cannot see me. And I only have 17 icicle arrows left, so I'm gonna keep my magic arrows for now. So, Elven Longbow it is. Sharpshooter. The Sharpshooter. Lost the slave by hit. Now roll. Well, it did not roll correctly. Okay, so 32 becomes 27, which certainly hits. Colossal Slayer adds 2, Sharpshooter 10, and 11 from the arrow becomes 23 damage to the big one-eyed fellow. Did I say 22 or 23? 23. No more Colossal Slayer, but I'll keep Sharpshooter on. Now it rolls correctly. Go figure. 19 to hit. Does hit for 19 damage. Somewhat fitting.
Yay.
19 for 19.
1919.
And Varin will just briefly yell out, "Leave the big one-eyed fella to me. I want another eyeball." And then he'll hide. Getting a dirty 20.
So dirty it's gonna need a bath.
Exactly. And Adran, Thía, Varin, and Del, we all hear the fluttering of many raven wings. Crutches is a controlled mount. And now we hear a new sound, Adran. Sounds a little hot.
Oh dear. I'm feeling hot, hot, hot.
Where's that? What direction is that sound coming from? Ah, never mind.
To the south. No worries. This is going to be a very complicated map, just so you're aware. It goes. Wait, where'd it go? Rushing to there, it used its action. Alright. This guy's going to step here, triggering an attack of opportunity from Fire Fellow. Which does not hit. There's another pig-like scream. $13 is a hit. Oh dear. This is going to go very poorly. 13 hits, 19 hits, 28. All 3 attacks hit. For a total of 70 damage. There's just a sound of a body being torn to shreds.
Oh,
There we go.
that sounded delicious.
And then... another 3 attacks. Oh, and there's a crit. Yeah, that camel's dead.
Oh boy.
40. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I do want to do the math. 41 from the bite, 15 from the claw, and then 15 and 12 from the critical hit.
Oh,
That's a total of 83 damage. Overkill. That camel is now in multiple sections. As it takes 83 damage. Varin's suddenly feeling a lot more nervous about being close to these creatures, just saying. Alright. So that was their turn. That fellow is now dead, so it's this fellow's turn. He's going to scream in fear. Get back to the others! Hurry up! And he's going to run, but that will trigger an attack of opportunity. No, it won't, because blindness. Duh. So instead, he's gonna dash. Alright. Thea, it is now your turn.
I want to kill the big dude. I'm gonna come.
Aww.
Oh.
But Varin just said he wanted the big dude.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, Varin said he wanted another eye.
Okay, I'll play nice. I got another idea anyways.
Fair.
I'm gonna try to sneak up behind this guy, and can I reach him with my sword? I'm gonna stab him as he rides by. Stab the rider.
Give me. Okay.
If not, I'll just throw it.
Give me an athletics check to spring up in order to get high enough to hit. Yes. You are able to reach him. It's like almost a little bit more than double the DC I said.
Oh, that should have been an advantage.
It should have been an advantage. So the 28 hits and sneak attack.
I imagine I sense him riding by, and I just kind of run, jump up, and stab him in the back of the head as I kind of leap past him.
35 sneak attack and 12 piercing from the blade for a total of 47 damage. Watch that health bar. He's still alive.
I thought that was going to be a kill.
Say what?
I thought that was going to be a kill.
Right?
That still only counts as one.
Almost.
Now it's gonna count. Now it's gonna count as 2. Gotta kill him, hit him twice to kill him.
I will move over here.
Fair enough. He doesn't know where you are unless you want to hide.
I have a bonus action hide.
That seems reasonable. Adran, bear in mind the time.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful stealth check. All right.
I may be up for just one more round.
Noted. This camel here is going to bellow and scream in sudden terror, rise to its the one that's up here over the edge of the hill is going to bellow and scream in sudden terror, rise to its feet and start rushing off. Dashing away. That one's controlled. That one is no longer controlled, so it's going to rise and dash. Where's this camel? Controlled and controlled. Okay. The big boiling fellow doesn't know where Varin is, doesn't know where Del is, doesn't know where Thea is, but it does have an idea as to where a big loud spider riding elf is. So he will heave himself up out of the water.
Little old me.
Yeah, I mean little old you. And here comes... Oh my gosh. That's a crit. 25, 23. Adran, you're going to take 48 points of bludgeoning damage as a boulder comes slamming into your face. Don't forget, you do have temporary hit points thanks to Del and his inspiring leader.
Wait, how many hit points did I have?
Well, you were at full. And then you took 48 minus 18. So you take a total of 30 actual damage.
Okay, but how many hit or temporary hit points did I have?
You had 18. 1-8. And then the fellow bellows in elemental fury.
And I took a full, what, 48?
Yep.
Alright, so 8 minus 8 is that. Then 40. Well, minus 10, that will be 30. So I'm left with 110. I'll just do this. It'll be easier.
Well, no, you had 18, remember?
Yeah.
So you should be at 118 total hit points.
Well, no, I'm at 148 total hit.
Yes.
Total hit points.
148 plus 18.
Yeah.
The 18 is the temporary hit points.
Right.
So that would be
110.
166 minus the 48 from the attack you just took. So you should be at 118.
Okay, but the damage that I got was what? 48, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You had 140.
So 8 and 8
You had
cancels out, right?
no. You had 148 normal hit points. You had 18 temporary hit points on top of that. So your total was 166.
Okay, there's a whole bunch of sand blowing around here. So
I would say take an inspiration point, but
I already have one.
exactly. All right, top of the round, Del. What is Del's passive perception?
16 or 18, I think. Let me double check. Which one? Oh, 20.
You sense Varin pressing up next to you, blocking this ginormous thing's reaching you. It is now Del's turn.
I'm gonna say screw it. I want to be a T-Rex again.
Del's going to become a T-Rex. Alrighty, so monsters, beast. Del's going to cast polymorph on himself, right?
Yep.
Okay. Del, you are no longer hidden. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Okay. So you're now concentrating on polymorph and being a Tyrannosaurus. That's pretty much, except for movement, that's pretty much it for your turn because you used your action to cast a spell. Anything else for you, Del?
Oh, I guess I can't really. Can I not attack on the same turn then?
No.
No. Okay.
Because you used your action already to transform.
I'll just move over here. Oh wait. Can I click him?
That will trigger no attack of opportunity because... sorry. Forgot to open the character sheet. Right. So Del suddenly becomes massive himself. And as soon as my character sheet finishes loading, I'll tell you what your movement speed is. Excuse me. That was weird. It's like, I imagine Varin, he just pushes it back up to Del. He's like, don't worry, little buddy, I'll protect you. And all of a sudden, Del's an enormous T-Rex, and Varin's like, I suddenly feel very much in danger. Del, you have a movement speed of 50. You have multi-attack with your bite and your tail. Your bite has a 10-foot reach, and your tail has a 10-foot reach.
And we can definitely clock a T-Rex at 17 miles an hour. Thank you, Jurassic Park.
I cannot. Is it possible for me to click him, or do you need to be the one moving him?
I will move your tokens for you.
Okay. Oh wait, now I can do it.
So
Actually,
where would you like to go?
I'll just move over here for the moment.
Okay. So go ahead and Give me a ping as to where you want to be.
I moved Del there. One more square.
Noted. There you are. Alright, Dell's turn is complete. Adran, how you doing with time?
I'm doing good. I think I was actually able to move the dinosaur along with Dell.
Really?
Oh, is that you doing that?
I think I was able to. Hang on. Okay, you move. There. I'm just still able to move Dell. Sorry.
And then this comes howling into the air over our heads.
Hello!
Screaming in utter terror at the fact that this enormous creature has suddenly appeared on the battlefield, this hobgoblin is going to charge right at you, Adran. And he's going to swing his mace at you.
Hey, food, come back here.
To a T-Rex, everything is food. You're going to have to be a little more specific. I get a 19 and a 10.
Both miss. And I don't even have my
You take it
on.
right. You take it broadside on your chest plate.
Oh, you maced me.
Don't you already have an inspiration point?
I do, but they keep coming. I can't control them.
Adran, you hear a hobgoblin yelling, "Dark Eye, up here! I'll get you to safety!"
I think I need to go get me a dark eye.
That is a success. He's able to hoist his commander up onto the camel with him. This guy is going to have his camel move and dash. There we go. It's coming! It's coming! He howls in utter terror. Alright, and this guy is going to go up here. And is going to attack you, Adran.
Oh, goody.
Getting a 17 and a 23.
Oh,
You want to take that 5?
me.
Unless you want to cast shield.
No, I'll take the 5 hit.
Alright, take 5 points of damage, sir. 1, 2, 7, 8, character sheet goes. Move. Okay, there it is.
Wait, where's my turn?
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed your turn. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you passed me.
Sorry.
I wanted to take this opportunity to use my interaction and put away my bow, and then grab the hilt of my sanguine nonetheless.
Remember, you can use a bonus action to bring it to your hand and automatically activate it at the same time.
Yeah, sure, I'll just do a bonus action for that.
There you go.
I believe it's still on force, which I would like to keep it on
It
force.
is. A translucent, needle-thin blade appears at the end of the hilt.
And I will take care of the guy on my right first.
Okay. That does indeed hit, and it does indeed kill.
Adran, your blade will kill.
Thud. Sliding down in the blood-soaked sand.
And then
Anything else, you sir?
I will choose to hit the other hobgoblin on my left.
Take this for macing me in the head. He apparently sensed it coming and dodged to the side.
You got lucky with that swing. But because of my special capability, I can now freely move away from him without causing an attack of opportunity.
You can do that anyways because he is blind.
And I'm going to hit the Cyclops guy. I know it's not going to do any real major damage, but I want to give Varin a chance of killing him.
Fair enough. And also be fair with his remaining hit points, Thea probably could have finished him off in one shot.
Probably. But I know I won't hit that hard.
Fair. Hey, and Varin's not going to say that because he's trying to remain hidden, but you can almost imagine Adran grumbling about the idea that you just hit this big fellow with 25 to hit and 9 damage.
I didn't kill him.
True. Anything else for you, sir?
Yes, I'm going to move this way and be next to this rock.
Excellent.
Actually, no. I changed my mind. That's not where I want to go.
You change your mind. You change your mind.
Yeah, okay, so I was... technically, I was about here. I want to go this way. 20 feet. So that I give a certain someone advantage. But I don't want to be in the water. I just want to be clearly on the other side of the guy.
It's a good idea, but Varin already has advantage thanks to feral senses.
Oh, I was
and the blinded condition.
Trying to give him a benefit of the doubt.
It's quite thoughtful of you, but if you wish to retcon again and put yourself in the other position, you're free to.
Duly noted. And will accept.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Only because I don't know what that clouded guy thing is over there on the other side. I need a bigger screen. Side note.
Join the club. And I've got 2 of them. I need this. Put that back. Oh yeah, that's going to catch all 3 of them. Excellent. Alright. No. That one. Alright. I'm going to ask Adran, please roll me 1d20. Thea, please roll me 1d20.
D20.
Adran, I assume that 3 is yours? Yes. Okay, so that's going to be a fail. I can already tell.
What?
The 19 from Thea becomes... Well, it remains a 19. And then for the last fellow... I'll just actually roll it. Thank you both.
Do we know what happened?
So the camel that's over here that none of us can see gives a terrifying wail as it becomes restrained and starts turning to stone.
Oh, great. Not one of those.
So I'll do that one. Excellent. Okay. There is a massive thumping footstep from the other side of the valley, and a bellowing, hungry roar as this fellow comes down to try and find some food. Oh, and there's a camel carcass right next to it that is now suddenly missing a few pieces. This fellow, where is he? You did hide on your last turn, right, Thea?
Yes.
Okay. Ouch. He's going to ride away. That really hurt. Come around the boulder and find himself face to face with a really big thing that came out of nowhere. So, did I roll that correctly? I don't think I did. Oh, I did. I'm not sure why it's rolling. What happened? Okay, for some reason this character's rolling on advantage. I'm gonna go with the first result, which is a 19. That will hit. 12 will not, 24 will. For Dell, I need 2 Constitution saving throw. Oh, wait, no, it says the T-Rex. So first one, I'm looking for a 10 or higher. Second one, 10 or higher. Okay, Dell.
Oh, did you already roll it?
Dell remains in T-Rex form. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Because I have access to the character sheet. You don't. So that's 6 and 8. That's a total of 14 damage into Dell Rex. And then how far did it go? About 15 feet. I think that's about where you can go. All right. There's the sound of rending stone. One more. There we go. And it's going to do this. At the back of the big hungry eating fellow. Why is it rolling at advantage? Why are all these... Oh, no, it's rolling at disadvantage. My bad. Go with the first result, as per usual. And gets a miss. Now we go to Varin's turn. Everyone just wants to take my kill. It's my kill. I want that eyeball trophy.
Then kill him.
Better hurry up.
Well, that's 24 to hit for a total of 19 damage. That does hit, but not enough to kill. So Varin will shoot it again. Colossus there goes away. And fire. Okay, well, that's 10 times the hit points it had left.
I'll probably do it.
And the big fella falls with an immense, loud crash. Good. And Varin will immediately use an interaction and his familiarity with the anatomy of these creatures to pluck out its eyeball, and then bonus action stealth. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry. Okay, well, either one would have been a good hide. So right before he disappears, Varin's going to whisper, "Sounds like there's something really bad to the south. Oh gosh, there's something above me." And then hide. Did I go the right speed? Yes, I did. Alright. Crutches is controlled. The ravens have not been released. And this fellow goes... Yes. Alright. Adran, you hear flapping wings. Where did this guy go? Too far. Okay. And then dashing. There appears what seems to be, what you can see through the sand, a corpulent, pig-faced person with tiny wings that are too small to carry it, and yet it does. Yet they do. This fellow is going to come over here.
I know of another creature that's like that.
You do?
A Toydarian.
Ah, I gotcha. I always thought the Toydarian's face was always more elephantine rather than pig-like.
Oh, I'm just talking about the small wings and a big body.
I gotcha. Alright, 18 and 14. 18 is going to hit. Yes, for 43 damage. 14 is going to hit for 13 damage over here. And then 10. I'm not sure what happened. 13. -10. Alright. There we go.
Wait, so who was he attacking?
Sounds like those big fellows in the south.
Okay.
This guy's gonna run for it. He's gonna straight up dash. And then he's going to dash with a bonus action, which will enable him to get on the back of this camp. I just now looked at my player screen and saw the absolute mess it was in. Oh no. Alright. Form a line, you fools! Form a line! Warn the rest! We've got to warn the rest! And he's going to take a shot at you, Adran. Actually, you know what? No. He's going to take a shot at the T-Rex, because that's a much more prominent threat. Getting a 22 for 3 damage. T-Rex needs to make a con save.
Nothing.
Del is still Delrex. Thea, it is your turn.
And
I think after the end of this round, yes, Adran?
And what exactly does the T-Rex have to say about that?
That is awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah, you hear Delrex making that noise, although you had no idea there was a Rex on the scene. What do you want to do?
Well, given my targets keep running away from me, for the moment, I will come back this way. Is this guy flying up in the air or something?
No, he basically just used his wings to fly across the pool of boiling water.
Okay, I'm sure. I'm going to... Oh shoot, hold on.
You do have advantage.
I can... Oh shoot, where was I?
If you click on your token and hit X.
Thank you. I should hit Control Z.
That would not work.
I'm gonna throw a dart at him.
Excellent.
I'll shoot it back on. Advantage. Excuse me. 14.
Okay, well 19 or 19 minus 5 is 14. It spins and slaps the dart out of the air.
That's not good. I will bonus action.
Anything else?
Yeah, I will bonus action. Wait, I don't even need to. They didn't hit it, so I'm still hidden.
Correct. You have Skulker. You are still hidden, which leaves you your bonus action.
What can I do?
I don't know.
Can I bonus action pull out? I don't think that'd work.
You can use fast hands to activate an item. Interact.
I'm trying to think of it real quick. I'm just trying to see if I have a poison handy real quick.
You should have a few. Pending action would allow you to make a dexterity check, sleight of hand check, use your thieves' tools to disarm a trap or open a lock, or take the use an object action. So I would say that if you combine your interaction and your bonus action fast hands ability, I would allow you to apply poison to a weapon.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I have something. Now poison. I just need to figure out. I guess I think I can apply a drop poison to my blade.
I would accept that, yes. It is an injury-based poison.
So I'll just do that for now.
Noted. That camel's controlled. This camel is going to run and dash away. Nope, I'm not dealing with any of this. Control. Control.
One did flee.
Nope, that one is controlled. Okay. So only one camel is actually going to do anything. And it's going to try and save against being poisoned. Not poisoned. Something. A 5. Well, that's a failure. Blech. So now there's a stone camel out there.
Must be.
Not that we're aware of it. All right. We are at the top of the round, and absolute chaos has broken out on this hilltop. Or sorry, in this valley. There's elementals, there's beasts, there's transforming dark elves, there's hobgoblins, or what few remain. There's enormous creatures of all shapes, sizes, and curious origins. I want to thank you both so much for playing, especially with the odd arrangement for setting up and restarting the game this evening.
Yeah.
And I hope that this combat and also the scouting out for the enemies was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Just a little. Alright, well thank you both so much for playing, and stopping. Thank you fellow adventurers for joining us once more. Please comment below to vote on what monsters you want to see Adran, Thía, and Varin take on next. You can vote for more than one kind at a time. Constrictor Snake, Ettin, Flameskull, Giant Lizard, Giant Poisonous Snake, Giant Wolf Spider, Helmed Horror. Thank you for watching, and I hope we'll see you again next week.